Good morning. Okay. Now that we found love, what are we gonna do with it? Good morning. Good morning, Shamaniacs. And welcome. Welcome to the first day of the rest of your life. Good morning. Let me know if you are here, where you are tuning in from. Morning, Kathleen. You recognise the tune? Hey, Sarah Louisa. Hi, Sarah Victoria. Who knows this? Who's already back in the 90s? Hey, Natalia. Hey, baby, move your body. Come on and do it, honey. Hey, Leslie. Hi, Nyoko. Now that we found love, what are we going to do with it? Oh, yeah. So how are you all? Tag your sisters. Tag your friends. Hey, Jade. I like the way you wiggle. We got some wiggling going on. Groover. I'd be schooling her. Yes, the 90s. Tan, good morning. Okay, so how was your week last week? Stretch it, flex it. Who's chilling? Oh, Leanne, you know you got to remember this one. Hi, Helen. I'm blessing like the Buddha. So I want to know what your word of the week is. What is your word of the week? How was the eclipse for you? Ah! Good morning, Sasha. Sunny and hot Scotland. It's sunny and hot in Leeds too. Yes, so tag your sisters, tag your friends. Who needs to be part of the sisterhood? What a Fahuka Majuka Padukaling week, yes. You would be dancing, but you're working out. Good girl, work out to this tune. Now that we've found love, violets are blue. Can you remember the tune? Who knows the whole rap? It's pretty phenomenal, isn't it? Tracy, emotional, loss and grief. Okay. Might turn them down a bit. They're a bit loud today, aren't they? Okay. So much love. Absolutely. Now that we've found it, what we're going to do with it. So it's bank holiday here in England. Yes, good morning, Vanessa. So tag your friends. If they can't be here live, they can catch it on replay later. Snuggle in this evening and get all the juiciness, all the goodness. Off and pause, Naoko. Okay. Topsy-turvy. Right, I get you. Okie dokie. So, enlightening and transformational. Ooh, Sarah Louisa. Share more. Share more. So the eclipse, still in that portal. Still in that portal. Just gonna turn this down. Because now that we found love. Emily, good morning. What are we gonna do with it? They go on for quite some time asking what they're gonna do with this love that they've found. I'm just like, well, you just need to get on the Sunday service and we'll show you what to do with the love that you found. You don't need to make a big song and dance out of it. Good morning, Tash, and congratulations, Tash. So, good fucking morning to you all. And should I also say, good fucking New Year? Because here we have it. We've had the first eclipse of 2021. And oh my word, we are gonna be feeling it now in this eclipse portal, the warping of time, the shifting of energies, the realization of stories, the mic drop moments. Yes, mic drop in the coven. The coven was phenomenal. If you were in the coven, give us what your experience was. This month we've shifted the coven up to be once a month under the full moon, and it just happened to be under the full moon in Sagittarius, which was on the South Node eclipse, the 1st of 2021. So it was really powerful, and we got to look at story. So before we look at your story, Your story, the story that is holding you back from creating the love that you've got. What the fuck do you do with it? We get to say, we gotta say it. We gotta say it every fucking week, ain't we? What a fucking week. Holy guacamole. I mean, who could have predicted what's been happening already in the last 7 days? Who's feeling like, look back 7 days ago and go, what? I mean, I kind of thought that might happen, but did it really happen? Am I really on my way to this new destination? Is this the real path? And so we have to have these rocking boats to get us to shift the fuck out of our comfort stories, because nothing grows in the comfort zone, do they? So we had the total lunar eclipse. You couldn't have missed it. But we also had just beforehand, yes, yes we did. We had Natalia's Wonder Woman pants in the coven. If you're not part of the coven, you've got to get in. It's just been so much fun. We are such a great family. It's such a positive and safe space to be. And this is the time. These are the words. Safety, positive, support, community, understanding. Transformation happens in these environments. Change happens in these environments. This is what this South Node eclipse has been moving us towards, because this week and next week, all of this month is like one big energetic portal, and I share a whole lot more about the monthly astrology inside the medicine membership as well, and the new June one will be going up tomorrow. So if you're in the medicine membership, you'll get a whole lot more from me in there tomorrow too. But right now, let's have a look at kind of what we experienced in the last week and put that into context, and then move it through into this week and kind of what it's setting us up for. Because ultimately, we have all incarnated at this time. You've heard me say this many, many times before. We've incarnated at this time so that we can literally dismantle old archaic stories that have been coming through generations and generations, and have been in ways of being, in the things that we say, the stories that we tell ourselves, the rules, the silent and unconscious contracts that we have with ourselves, our families and our ancestors. And we are all coming here now to break those cycles and to literally upgrade planet Earth to this new 5D energy. And as I mentioned last week, you know, there is a bridge, there's a 4D, fuck's sake, we've got to go over the bridge. And going over the bridge means literally dismantling the old algorithm, the old programming from our minds, from our nervous system, from the amygdala. This is a bodily, this is a somatic experience, but we still need to understand the digital and the mind and how that works to create the somatics. So this is what this eclipse tunnel is doing for us. So we had Saturn go retrograde. That was really powerful and is still incredibly powerful, and you will be feeling it in your life. Where are the structures falling down? Where are new structures being replaced? They might not be being replaced yet. They may just be looking like old stories, old structures, old authority, people in authority, or authoritarian ideas, religious authoritarian ideas, ideas about what reality even is, moving away and giving us these new perspectives with Saturn in retrograde. But now we have Mercury, our favourite sign in the zodiac. Everyone loves a little bit of Mercury and Gatorade. I made a bit of a joke about that on my post this week because it is just so fucking prominent. Everywhere we go, it's like, oh my God, is Mercury in Lucozade, or what's going on, you know? Actually, it's a really, really powerful retrograde this time. Why? Well, this year, because Mercury retrogrades in air signs all year. But this one is his home sign. And so bearing in mind that he's in his home sign, And he's at the North Node, which is the direction of travel of our collective consciousness, humanity, where we are moving towards. And Gemini is these different perspectives, understanding the glorious angelic perspective along with the earthly humanitarian perspective, and holding those both as sacred as each other. In this new digital era, this fast communicative era, where we can have these conversations through portals like this, and we can deliver codes to each other through our languaging, through our auras, through our electric systems. Yes, Tracy, through our electrical systems. How perfect. And so when Mercury goes retrograde, what it's actually doing, it's still going forward, but from our perspective on the Earth, the planet is very, very close, and the orbits look, it's an illusion. It looks like he's going backwards. But actually what we're getting to do is we're getting to turn that communication in on ourselves and start to look at, again, if Saturn is all about the structures, Mercury is about the communication of those structures. So we now get to look at how we communicate structures to ourselves and to the outside world. And with Venus so close to Mercury, just as he's turning retrograde, you will see today and tomorrow that as Mercury looks like it's going backwards, Venus now looks to overtake Mercury. And that means that we have got this values, this and self-love moving ahead of the way in which we communicate. So we get to look again, respect, spect to look, again, to respect ourselves through this Mercury retrograde, whilst creating moving forward values, new values that now are in alignment with who we are now, not who we were 6 months ago or a year ago, because who they were are no longer in existence. In fact, most of your cells have turned over a number of times since then, and you are no longer the same human body. You are no longer the same level of consciousness. You are no longer the same person you were 12 months ago, 6 months ago. And this is what the eclipse is delivering to us, and it's never in one foul hit. It's always an unfolding of information, of dropping in, of awarenesses, aha moments, events that occur when you are least expecting it, that will bring up energy in your body to be cleansed and cleared. And a lot of us are afraid of triggers, afraid of the shit hitting the fan, afraid of, well, just fucking fear altogether. You know, that we're afraid of what might happen or what somebody might say or how someone might think about us. And yet, it's exactly that fear that wants to be transmuted. And so this portal is inviting us to really come and look at our fears of growing outside of our container. This eclipse is on the South Node. The South Node is what we used to tell ourselves. It's the old, it's the past, and with Sagittarius, it's quite large philosophical beliefs and capital T truths. But the North Node, the Sun, is going to conjunct the North Node this week, early in the week. And we're all going to get this beautiful, magnificent insight in one area of our lives, wherever this Gemini North Node is in your personal chart. You'll find that the Sun is moving over it, and there will be this enlightenment, an enlightenment in that area of your life where you get to see things more clearly and you're able to see your path ahead. And with it being in Gemini, it will be about the language that you are using. It will be about the stories that you are telling yourself in that area. It will be about the way in which you are communicating to yourself. This is literally like looking at ourselves as a digital computer, and the software is the mind. And the mind is the source of all our problems, because the coding in this software has been handed down through these oral traditions and these environmental energies. And so we haven't essentially had a choice in the software that has been coming through. But now we get a choice. A choice point arises with the South Node. A choice point arises with the North Node. And a choice point arises when Mars in Cancer, this big, powerful, masculine energy, in this beautiful, soft, flowing feminine energy, trines Neptune over in Pisces, in his home star sign of the all, the majesty, the magic, the fantasy. And so this trine is a positive energy. This is dreams. When we have Neptune in Pisces, it's our dreams. It's what we want to create. It's when we could create the best life we could ever experience. What does that look like? Mars wants to make that happen. And it's not like, bam, I'm going to make it happen right now. It's fortunate events that are in flow, that occur for us to actually see it is possible to create what it is that we want to see in our reality. It is possible. But remember, Cancer rules the mother. Cancer rules the ancestors. Cancer rules the water. And so when we look at Mars wanting to forge ahead in that area, and we have all of this underlying energy of these stories being rewritten in our software, in the mind through the Gemini North Node, we see that in order to move forward, we need to move into flow. And we need to allow the universe to do its magic. We can't do that by holding on. We are gripping to old ideas of ourselves. And the universe is saying, let go, darling. Let go. Surrender. Release. Enjoy life. Smell the roses. Be sweet with your lover. Be sweet with yourself. But understand that the mother line, and not necessarily the biological mother line. You know, I've talked before about the 4 mothers in Native American, the mother culture, Mother Earth, Mother Life, and the birth mother, but also the motherboard. You know, when you are reconfiguring a computer, you go to the motherboard. That's what you shift. If you want the whole computer to change, to receive new input, to give you a new output, to change the algorithm. And so this week we are going to receive these insights into shifting the algorithm of our nervous system. This is the purpose of us being here right now. Each of us has our own unique purpose within this purpose. And each of us has our own way of unraveling, decoding and recoding our nervous system, our stories. And at the same time as all of this is happening, we have Mars opposing Pluto. Now, Mars and Pluto are both ancient and modern rulers of Scorpio, another water sign. And Scorpio deals with all that is unseen. It goes deep into the trenches. It goes down, down, down into our soul shadow. In fact, it fucking loves it there. And Mars used to be the ruler there. It was the ancient ruler until they discovered Pluto. And when Pluto was discovered, it was like, oh, this enormous energy, this powerful, mysterious, unseen energy of Scorpio is really the energy of transformation. Transformation. We are in movement, to form, make a new form of the nation. And the nation is your cells, the cells in your body. And the way in which we transform nation in ourselves with Mars in Cancer at that motherboard and Pluto retrograde in Capricorn, which represents the father. Yes, the patriarchy. Going back over our old stories. Centrally, right in the middle of this story of the South Node, asking us to release our pasts and literally come into the present with the Sun on the North Node and literally create a new story moving forward. It is all about understanding your personal power. Both Mars and Pluto are power. But what is power without humility? It is powerful over something. And this is the key to this week as we move forward. With all of these complex astrologies, like there was this complex astrology last week, again we're moving into it this week, and then we're going to have the following week, we're going to have that North Node solar eclipse. A couple of weeks later we'll have the full moon in Capricorn, sat with Pluto retrograde. Just winking to the end of Mars in Cancer, and getting this full circle a month down the line of how we speak to ourselves about the values that we now hold and how we contain our power inside humility, yet not inside our glass boxes that we have created for ourselves. And to respect, to go and look again at who you are now, not who you were, who you are now. If you met yourself today, what would be your value system? We did some powerful work in the Coven, and Sarah Louisa just mentioned it there. Like, she just got one sentence that changed her perspective. And this is indicative of the work that we're all doing now. Our sentences, the stories we tell ourselves, the words we use, the language that is on repeat in our psyche over and over again gets to be shifted and changed consciously. And we do that by creating safe spaces for our soma, our body, so that the nervous system can relax. It's not in fight, flight or freeze. It's in total relaxation, rest and digest. And as it moves into that energy, we can hear, we can receive, we can fully understand the conversations that are happening in our head, and we can also see the reflection outside of ourselves. But we cannot do that without slowing down. And this is another beautiful energy that we are receiving from these retrogrades. Slow down. As we slow down, we hear. As we slow down, we are in less of a fight and flight energy. As we slow down, we're not reacting. We can respond. As we slow down, our system opens and relaxes. And we can then command our system, our cellular system, our electronic motherboard that sends the signals to every single one of those 37 trillion cells or more that are constantly turning over in your body. And if you were to dedicate yourself to changing your motherboard and changing the story that you tell yourself on repeat, you would find that by the time your cells replenish themselves again, they would have a new code. And that new code is the new human. The new human is enlightened. Enlightened. I am more light. I receive more light. And you cannot receive more light when you are being held by the South Node down on the ground, further down than the ground when Pluto's in there, holding you down in this gunk of old story. And there's no judgment. When we do this work, there is no judgment. But there's no point in having astrology if we're not going to use it as a tool to actually change and transform who we are being. It's one thing, oh yeah, Mercury's in retrograde and it's really hilarious. And do you know what? My ex-boyfriend's turned up, and yeah, and that thing from the past, that bill from the past has turned up. And do you know what? It's gonna, by the way. All that shit still stands. All that shit still stands. You know, Mercury comes in, and you give me an emoji right now. Who's had phone calls already? Who's had a tapping up? Who's had a booty call? Who's had, you know, stuff coming up with past lovers, past friends, things that you thought were dead and gone, and they have resurrected themselves, and they have come in for your attention. And they're not always coming in for you to rekindle. But there are two energies here. There is the energy of, oh, let it come in and let me see who I am now in response to that energy. Not who I was in response to that energy. How am I dealing with this now? And look at how much I've grown and changed. And so we will have that through Mercury retrograde. We will have, you know, past scenarios, past events, people, places, lovers, relationships, and opportunities too. We will have them represent themselves so that we can make new choices in real time. Because there's no point changing the stories in our head if we're not actually going to change it in real time as well. If we're not going to use it for a purpose-driven event in the future. And so we get to say our lives are perfect just the way they are. They're just fucking perfect just the way they are. Because millions of years of cause and effect and choices have brought us to this point right now. And so we can't make that wrong because there's far too many fucking moving parts to make that wrong. However, what we do have now at this moment in time is a choice point. And we always have choice points, but this is a powerful choice point. A choice point to use new language. A choice point to use new behaviour. A choice point to release and let go of anger, upset, judgment of yourself and of others. To release those stories. One of the things that I have been working with deeply with my teachers is about that we are God. And I mentioned this last week. This energy that we are God. And it is this really powerful statement that runs through us and then hits the ego. And when it hits the ego, we either go, I am God and I am fantastic. And we've all met the egomaniacs that are like that. You know, they might not say I am God, but they certainly fucking behave like they are. And then we've got the humility, like, oh, I couldn't possibly be that great. Or, you know, the martyr, the victim energy, which is still the ego energy. It's just not being able to hold the power of God. And then the other side of the ego is, oh, I can hold it and more, and now I think I'm fucking superior. And yet what this energy is doing is asking us to actually hold the energy of this God, this goddess, this source, this universal energy of creation, of life, of Kundalini, Chi, Shakti, Shanti, Shkmidli. You know, bring up the Amrita through the back of the neck and into the crown chakra. The only way that we can do that is by really owning our power. And we cannot own our power with deep humility and reverence and respect for ourselves and for everyone else if we haven't done the work on clearing the stories that either inflate that sentence, I am God, or diminish it and bring us into victim. We have to be in the middle and really start seeing that being God is being a chooser. And I've said this before, the most powerful word in the English language is choice. Because in every moment, we have the ability to choose. We have the ability to choose a new thought, a new feeling, a new way of being, a new connection. But ask yourself, what is in the fucking way of me choosing something new? And when you ask yourself that question, you will find the fear that wants to be transmuted so that you can receive love. And once you receive love, the choice comes, now that we've found love, what are we gonna do with it? Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, oh yeah, motherfuckers. Now that we've found love, what are we gonna do with it? Now that we've found astrology, what are we going to do with it? Now that we've found fucking trauma release techniques, what are we going to do with it? Now that we've found that we are God, what are we going to do with it? What are you going to fucking do with it? Don't sit on the fence waiting for somebody outside to save you. They are not fucking coming. You are your savior. You are the one that gets to choose. There is nothing outside of you. You are God. You get to choose in here, shift the fucking motherboard, shift the cells, command them bitches to do what you want over and over and over again until you fully fucking believe it and you have released all of the shite that has come from your ancestors of either overinflation or complete victimhood, and you get to stand in that powerful humility, that paradox of the human energy, that gorgeous North Node of Gemini. I am an angel and I am a human. And in between that energy, I found my power. My power is my purpose. And my purpose is to completely refigure myself into the new human so that I can fully experience and presence myself here on this fucking glorious botanical garden spaceship that is like the fucking Disney World of the universe. And we get hung up about texting a fucking guy or somebody said this shit to me. Give me a fucking break. Say thank you for this life and start shifting the motherboard, the motherfucking board, so that you can fully live in love, in power, in humility, in grace. And you do this in community, in fun, in tribe. In the rainbow tribe, get in the rainbow tribe, get in the rainbow tribe. Get in the medicine. Get somebody to fucking hold you through this. Because it's not always easy. But let me tell you, on the other side, it is a whole lot of fucking fun. A whole lot of fun. Fun you couldn't even possibly know about yet. Because the paradigm is here. So, wake the fuck up, all of you. And me. Wake up, Fallon. Wake the fuck up. Yeah, because we are in this glitchy, schmitchy portal at the moment. And the best thing about that is we are able to harness this quantum energy that will literally shift us. If we just put the intention in the right place, we already have the winds of change ready to take us off to this new human experience. So what do you think about that? What do you fucking think about that then? Tell me about that. What's landed for you? What's landed for you? Did you get that now that you've found love? What are you going to do with it? I've just had a coffee delivered. Isn't that fucking ace? I'm on fire. I am on fire. I'm on super fire. Why am I on fire? Because you gotta just release the old stories. And I don't think everybody knows how to release them. That's why I love doing the programs, to show people how to release these stories. Okay, what have we got? Now that we get to evolve, transform, live in this beautiful, pure, enlightened energy that is ours, we get to be happy. Yes, we do. Woohoo! Yes, sister. True story. True story. Okay, I fart rainbows and glitter. That is a good one. That is a good one. Okay, are we going to do some cards? We've got goddess cards today. Who wants a card? And what is landing for you? Please share. Mic drop. Okay. Now that we've found love, what are we going to do with it? Wake the duck up. Quack, quack. Wake the duck up. Quack, quack. Okay, are we ready? What does it want us to know today? Ooh, blossoming, blossoming, blossoming. Okay, I can never say this. Why do I always pick the cards that I can't fucking pronounce? Arakura. Blossoming. You are just getting started, so have patience with yourself and the process and do not give up. Do not give up. Do not give up. We found love, what are we gonna do? What do you think to that? Oh, Pippa. Heard you had a party last night, Pippa. I wasn't invited. Nice. Thanks a lot, love. Because it's Mercury retrograde. Exactly. Mercury and Gatorade. Okay, so what are you all doing for the bank holiday? What has landed? Okay. Yes to a card. That's why you struggle with the words. I was. Well, it might have been too late by the time I got invited. We'll be having words. So, what are you all doing for the bank holiday? I would love to know if you're in the UK. If you're not in the UK, I think we've got Memorial Day in the US tomorrow. Is that right? Naoko, what's going on where you are? Ooh, you've got a date with the sexy Irishman. Ooh. Now I want to know all about that. Absolutely. Make sure we get his time of birth, yeah? Okay, you're off to go and paddle in the lake. Sounds delicious. Seriously, autocorrect is making me laugh so much. Oh my gosh, well listen, have an amazing weekend. Whatever you're doing, enjoy it. We are on half term. There is no quantum medicina this week, but there is sweet love. Oh yes, there is. And now that you've found love, what are you going to do with it? Normal Monday in Japan, Naoko. Well, we're sending you some love. Yeah, leave a high. Grandma just called and missed the end. Mercury and Gatorade. So much love. What are we gonna do? I'm gonna go and enjoy the sunshine and bless you all and have a fantastic, brilliant weekend. Dad's visiting, out in nature. Fantastic. Cheers. Namaste, Helen. Enjoy your weekend. Do you like my nails? Enjoy. Oh, and by the way, if you haven't seen the interview with Magic Kathy Hillenberg, get on my YouTube channel and watch it. It's really, really cool. And I've got some really cheeky ones coming up with some fantastic astrologers too. Anyone know the Country Clairvoyant from Insta? Like that now. Talk to you soon. Peace out.